Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on Fanatical's Hellfire Bundle 2 of July 2023. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the link provided in the description below, not only will you gain access to this bundle, but you also have the opportunity to support this channel. Your support will mean the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Frostpunk, a gripping city-building survival strategy game set in the frozen Arctic wasteland. As the ruler of a struggling city, you must manage resources, handle crises, and make tough decisions to ensure the survival of your citizens. The game combines city-building elements with society simulation and crisis management mechanics, creating a tense and challenging experience. In the desolate 1800s world of Frostpunk, your city relies on a massive coal furnace for warmth. You'll construct buildings, gather resources, and research new technologies to keep your citizens alive in the freezing conditions. Every decision matters, as discontent and hope levels significantly impact your city's well-being. You'll face moral dilemmas, like choosing between short-term fixes and long-term solutions, or passing laws that may have adverse consequences. Frostpunk excels at immersing players in the burden of leadership. The game constantly challenges your abilities as a leader, making you weigh the needs of your citizens against harsh realities. The society simulator aspect adds depth, with the option to rule with order and discipline, or faith and spirituality, each choice affecting the people's morale. Scouting the frozen world beyond your city brings new challenges and discoveries, but it also means more responsibilities and resources needed. The game's art design and style create a captivating and grim atmosphere, depicting the struggles of a frozen world. While Frostpunk offers great replayability with different scenarios and choices, the campaign itself lasts about 45 days. The game's bird's-eye view perspective, however, prevents players from connecting closely with individual citizens, which may be a drawback for some. Overall, Frostpunk is a compelling and addictive survival management game that forces players to confront difficult choices and challenges. Its extraordinary style, engrossing gameplay, and tense atmosphere make it a standout title in the city-building and strategy genre. And number 2 we have The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, Final Cut, an ARPG reminiscent of Diablo. This game offers an excellent build variety for the 6 available classes, providing a vast and well-designed world filled with secrets and optional content. Combining 3 games into one, the title delivers major overhauls compared to the originals, resulting in a unique and satisfying experience most of the time. However, the game does have some drawbacks. At higher difficulty levels, enemy scaling turns foes into tedious HP sponges, leading to long battles with not so great rewards. The entire third act becomes a tedious slog, lacking excitement, since players will already be maxed out by then. Some class abilities feel gimmicky or redundant, questioning their purpose. Despite these issues, the writing and world building are generally good, with humorous interactions and numerous gags that lighten the otherwise bleak atmosphere. The locations are well crafted, offering varied landscapes and atmospheres. Exploration and secrets play a significant role, rewarding players for thorough exploration and discovery. Progression and gear crafting follow the regular ARPG formula, with players managing both Van Helsing and his companion Katarina's progression. Katarina, acting as a permanent companion, offers depth to the gameplay with unique skills and bonuses. Combat is real-time, featuring challenging enemy groups and boss fights, some of which have unique mechanics and epic encounters. However, the scaling issue with enemies at higher difficulties can lead to less enjoyable gameplay. The game introduces side activities that break the gameplay loop, providing variety and keeping players engaged. Management minigames, tower defense, and puzzles add to the overall experience. With good content and replay value, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing Final Cut is worth getting in a bundle. The game's unique elements and major overhauls outweigh its shortcomings, making it a solid choice for fans of action role-playing games. And number 3 we have Home Sweet Home, Episode 2. This game continues the Thai-based horror series, picking up where the first game left off. Players take on the role of Tim, who is searching for his missing wife, Jane. This installment delves deeper into the Thai folklore, Buddhism, and the backgrounds of boss enemies. The game was released in 2 parts, with the first chunk landing in September 2019 and the rest on Halloween of the same year. Unlike its predecessor, Episode 2 introduces significant changes to gameplay and mechanics. Main bosses now have actual mechanics, and the one-hit kill system has been replaced by a health bar, medicine, and weapons for self-defense. However, the game's difficulty can feel unfair at times, with sections featuring precise timing and challenging puzzles that hinder player progress. Home Sweet Home Episode 2 attempts to offer different boss battles, intense chase scenes, diverse enemies, and thought-provoking puzzles. While these efforts show promise, execution falls short, lacking the necessary refinement. One notable issue lies with the game's VR implementation, particularly for HTC Vive owners, where technical problems and performance issues persist. Despite some improvements, the game still struggles to achieve its full potential. The lack of atmosphere ambiance compared to the first release is also evident. While the developers have tried to address the game's shortcomings, there remains room for improvement in various aspects. While Home Sweet Home Episode 2 shows progress and potential, unresolved technical issues and gameplay challenges leave players with a mixed experience. Those interested in the horror series may find aspects to enjoy, but others may find the game's current state lacking in refinement. And number 4, we have Daymare 1998, a survival horror game developed by an indie studio of 10 people that tried to bring old-school survival horror back into the modern world. What started as an unofficial Resident Evil 2 remake titled Resident Evil 2 Reborn, it eventually evolved into its very own game. The story revolves around 3 characters, which will have you play the deadly events from different perspectives and timelines, with all paths leading to a cinematic showdown and gripping ending. 2 of the characters are operatives from a special forces team known as Hades, and the other, a local forest ranger named Sam who seemed to be caught in the middle of the madness. Sam's town of Keenside, Idaho is ground zero for a contagion that turned the population into monstrosities. Playing in third person, your movement is deliberate and pretty slow. There are steep repercussions for just charging forward like an action game, as the undead will attack you with unpredictable speeds and erratic movements, making you think about each of your moves carefully. To make things more intense, health and ammo are scarce, and the reloading mechanic where you have to literally load up bullets into a magazine before reloading into your gun heightens up the tension. Not only that, as the game is live as you're reloading your magazine, so enemies can still puke all over you as you try to put your bullets into your magazine. Limited resources also make exploration key, as you uncover more details about the events of the game and collect resources. Each level also presents you with unique puzzles reminiscent of old school Resident Evil, with some challenging ones. Bosses are difficult, they'll see you planting a ton of bullets into their faces before going down. While this game was clearly crafted with a ton of love for old school Resident Evil, some people just don't like the deliberate slow movements and awkward reload mechanic. And number 5, we have Deathtrap, an exhilarating tower defense and management RPG, blending elements of Dungeons of the Endless, Diablo, and Dungeon Defenders with an aesthetic reminiscent of the incredible adventures of Van Helsing. Developed by Neocore Games, the game features highly detailed artwork, an imaginative text-based narrative, and an alluring orchestral score that sets the stage for nightmarish fantasy. The tower defense aspect offers a rich experience with various tower types, traps, and summoning portals. Players can customize and level up these towers using a skill tree, providing a plethora of options for gameplay. Additionally, characters can be outfitted with different weapons, armor, spells, and charms, adding further depth to the game. Essence serves as the currency for building units obtained by defeating enemies. The game presents a wide variety of creeps, each with unique abilities, making the battles challenging and engaging. Despite the enticing gameplay, Deathtrap may feel a bit monotonous after a while, as the playstyle becomes repetitive, and new play mechanics are lacking. The co-op PvP and endless wave modes with global leaderboards are appealing, but finding matches can be time-consuming due to a small player population. Overall, Deathtrap offers an excellent solo campaign filled with hours of fun and entertainment. While it may benefit from a larger player community for its social features, the game's depth, options, and variety make it worthwhile. You'll likely find yourself hooked on the engaging gameplay and immersed in the nightmarish world of Deathtrap. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is okay. There are some adventures to be had and worlds to experience, but these games are also quite old, so you may already have them, except maybe Deathtrap and Home Sweet Home Episode 2. In any case, kindly show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel, and look forward to connecting with you in the upcoming video.